Hello, this is Wmpyr, here to explain to you guys the flail technique. Okay, the flail technique comes from the angles of attack. What it really is, to put it simply, is it's just a more realistic version of the angles of attack. So I tell you guys, you want to make your angles of attack form, and there's a lot of different forms that they teach in the Filipino martial arts. A lot of different angles of attack forms, okay? And I want you to get any one of those, and basically you're gonna freestyle it. But the two important things is that you want to do it with combat force applied. That's number one. And then number two is that it is continuous, okay? So for example, here with the training knife, a wrong way to do it, right, is I said continuous. That is one of the requirements. So if you just went rah like that and you just swung, that's not continuous. So that would be wrong. You can't call that the flail. And if you do that and then you go, well, what if you miss? And it's like, well, I don't intend to miss. But what if you did? Then I'll just do it again. Rah! See, that's not the flail technique. Okay, so even though they're applying combat force, it has to be continuous. So that is a requirement. And the other one is, like I said, it needs to have combat force. So if you're just going no, okay? I don't care how fast, how cool it looks, you know, that is not combat force, all right? So a great way to tell if you're applying combat force or not is that, honestly, it only takes seconds if you are putting in, you know, realistic force in there with intention and all that, and you should be breathing hard afterwards. Okay, so real quick, it would look something like this. Okay, and I feel it. My body is aching a little bit after that. I need to catch my breath. My heart rate is up. Okay. It needs to be like that, and if it's not, then that is not right. And you can see that was combat force. I was putting my whole body into it, boom, 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 and it's continuous. So that is what the flail is. You could do that with the knife, like I just did. Of course, single stick, okay. And then what I recommend for, instead of going empty hand's a little tricky. So I would say your keys, okay? Fling your keys around. The way that it helps to have a little bit of context. So I would think, like, imagine you're just about to, you came back grocery shopping or whatever, and you're about to get in your car, and suddenly these people approach you real fast. They're trying to attack you. You already got your keys in your hand. So from here, you know, maybe you're trying to get in. You're going to use this. Get them off of you using your keys. Okay, so next, with the knife, I already showed you guys. With the stick, I would imagine you're in the woods, and you know, some type of wild animal, maybe a boar or something, is coming after you. Okay. Of course, you're not going to outrun it. Let's say you're in a situation you cannot outrun. If you could already have run, you should have, right? If you could already make that distance, but you're in a situation where you cannot, okay? So at that point, let's say you had the sensibility to find a stick, and you didn't have something larger. You had something about this size, okay? So now you're going to have to use this to flail it around to protect yourself. Kind of think of like a lion tamer. So those are kind of the context that I would recommend. Now, can you do this stuff? Can you do this stuff without wearing yourself out as much? And that, yes, the answer is yes, and that is the goal. But what's important here is I don't want you guys to get stuck in the this, because I see so much of this on Instagram. I see people doing pa, 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 pa. doing this kind of stuff. You see, I could do it while talking, but if I'm really doing it, I shouldn't be able to do that. You know, that's not combat force applied. So people are just obsessed with looking cool, you know, rather than being more realistic and working on stuff that is applicable in real life. So that's why I want you guys to do it with the combat force, with continuous, and I want you to feel that it does tax your cardio, that it is hard to do. So from there, once you experience that on a regular basis and you know what that's like, and right now we're just doing it in the air. Now imagine actually making contact, it's even worse. So going from there to start controlling it, okay, to where you are starting to control it, and you don't have to just waste all your energy at once. Okay, so we want to get to that level. So that is the purpose of the flail. The other one is the blender. The blender is just, it's the same thing, but it's a two-handed version. The flail is one-handed. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.